All right, my voice is struggling, but man, I tell you what, that was a really good scrimmage. First one, we call them preseason game number one as we go through this process, and we'll have preseason game number two a week from today, and then we'll have our mock game, which is preseason game number three. A lot of guys got a lot of good reps. Thought it was competitive back and forth. Came down to the final snap, fourth and goal on the one to be able to decide the winner for that portion of it. So both sides made plays. I thought all three quarterbacks did some really good things and really protected the ball pretty well. And we try and do a lot of things to make that difficult on them for that. And came out of it pretty clean injury-wise, which is always a huge plus. And got a lot of good live goes in, got a lot of good situations. Got some overtime work, got some heavy red zone work, got to move the football, got our special teams worked on. A lot of situations there. So very, very positive. Lot to work on. Obviously, haven't watched the film yet. We'll know that what that looks like when I get a chance to grade it here in a little bit. But thought it was a very, very good day for the Hoosiers. Questions?
Coach, I guess one of the biggest things you were looking for on both sides of the ball today, your first quarter, they been patched a little bit.
Yep.
What were you hoping to see from each side of the ball?
Well, we can start on offense. So just wanted to be able to, move the football efficiently, get the ball in the end zone. We've been emphasizing on trying to create some more explosive plays, which obviously is a tough dynamic because we're trying to not allow those to happen on defense. So that's that natural tension you have there. But just trying to be able to create those. Not have to drive 10, 11, 12 drives to get down the field. So that was the emphasis, and we had several of those today, which is good. I would say just continue to master the offense, playing with confidence, not having to, coaches, the whole objective was coaches off the field, obviously, in the scrimmage, but don't even yell because you could try and give them, no, don't say anything to them. Make them make the checks and adjustments. That way we know exactly where we're at. Because it's really, probably the biggest goal is evaluation. Where we're at schematically with our installs and where we're at depth chart wise and where the guys stack up against each other at each position, because we're going to go through and grade this just like we would a normal game this afternoon. Bring the guys back tonight, watch it, and get all those things cleaned up. So, and then the final thing to me objectively would just be able to start playing well as a team. We all talk about offense, defense, special teams, and the best team wins on game day, and have a chance to really see those special teams units transition in and out, the substitution patterns you have with that, which sometimes can be challenging. We got offense on one side, defense on the other in a scrimmage situation, but at the same time, working through those, even the pre scrimmage portion of it, where we do just our substitution, we call it pop-up meetings for that, just showing them how it's going to look on game day. So we're trying to simulate game day, and I thought it was a good first step for that.
Just to dig a little bit further into quarterbacks, because you said you could see some future. What did you like about each of them? What was the arrangements you had?
No, I mean, I think bottom line is that, like I said, I wanted to get the ball, thrown down the field and to create those explosive plays and those chunk plays as per, doesn't have to always be bombs. We're talking about even just the deep 10 to 15 yard over type concepts, just trying to get the ball at the second level and get them stressed. I thought all three of the guys were effective at that. The part about reading the defenses, we'll know that more. I got to watch the film to see all that to know for sure. But it appeared that there was good command of the offense. We did have some holding penalties, and we talked that through out there on the field from a technical perspective. I got to make sure we eliminate those. We had a couple, illegal procedures that we got to eliminate. Had one bad snap over the head down the red zone, which is costly. Can't have those. They really haven't had those with our first group, so that was like the first one I think the entire spring we've had with the one. So hasn't been an issue. So we just got to make sure it's not an issue. But I think just for me, that as I've said in the beginning, it's command of the offense, number one. Protecting the football, number two, which I thought we did a good job of that today. And then number three, it's winning the team over. Who believes that when we got the ball with time on the clock, if that guy's in the huddle, our team believes we're going to go find a way to win. And that's what the next and final step is to figure out who the guy needs to be.
Health-wise, anybody notable that's kind of struggling in the team right now? And are there maybe some guys that are injured versus maybe some guys where they got a little something and you figure you don't need to push it because
Yeah, we got several on defense that we kind of felt that way about. The Taiwans, Taiwan and Jay Will and Cam and Monster, those guys. We're just kind of we've seen them play a lot of football. I would say, getting DJ back, he's progressing really, really well. Kept him controlled today and did a lot of conditioning with that. And just trying to make sure those guys are physically ready and get enough pops in them, enough physicality and tackling on defense and getting hit on offense to be able to be good for game day. But yeah, there was a little bit of that. And I feel, we came out of the scrimmage good. We had, I think, a couple of younger guys that got tweaked up a little bit, but nothing serious, it doesn't seem like. So very clean day on that, which is, that's a big deal, and you have a chance to have a full live scrimmage like that. That always happens. So felt good about that and feel like that, we're really trying to do a good job with our strength staff, using a lot of play counts with our guys, and understanding that whole dynamic and spend a lot of time studying that, researching that, making sure we feel good about it. The whole scrimmage today was built off of that. I keep track of it throughout the whole time and really trying to stay true to that progression to keep building to be able to peak on September 2nd. He did.
And then now coming in the fourth. But what do you just remember about the first time recruiting him out of high school, and now when he came back in the portal, re-recruiting him again back here, what just kind of stood out?
Yeah. Well, we loved him in the beginning. We're excited to get him. Disappointed we lost him. Glad to have him back. And know his parents real well. And that's kind of, the uniqueness about some of these guys that you have a chance to get to know. And then it kind of comes full circle, so you don't feel like you're just getting a guy that you don't really understand where he comes from and everything. So, if you talk to him, he and I have talked a lot. He loves being here, and loves the opportunity to be able to be where he initially committed to. He's got a really high motor, love his attitude, love his work ethic. He's a playmaker for us. I'm excited to what he's going to bring to our offense. I love his leadership on offense. I just love his consistency. That guy's just a machine every day. Just practices hard, plays hard, does the right things. Comes from, just really good family. Been raised right. I think he's matured a lot. I think he'd be the first one to tell you that over time. And this has been, a good opportunity for him to be able to be a part of. So he's been making plays in practice. He made some more plays out there today, and I'm expecting big things from Emory.
Coach, kind of staying on the theme of wide receivers, and what we've seen now with you going in more live stuff from Donovan McCulley, making that switch, and then also from
Yep. Yeah, I would say, first of all, in order there, Donovan can be special. So I think I would think it's pretty consensus by everybody that's watched him practice. And especially, I'd say these last three, which is kind of expected. The more he plays it, the more comfortable he gets. Made more plays out there today. He's a big presence. And not just as a receiver catching the ball, but once he catches it as a runner. And that's what I really think is one of his, strongest points is just his size and his toughness. Saw that last year when he ran the ball, and he's a competitor. And that ball, so I really am excited for him and for us with his move there. And then Omar just keeps getting better. He was actually one. I think the last time I talked, when I walked, I was like, man, I had meant to mention Coop because he just every day just gets more and more comfortable. Has such natural ball skills. Has natural body control. And just as he learns the system, it's all new. He didn't come here in January, so he's new in the summer. So it's kind of information overload right now. And you just got to, freshman, big eyes and head swimming a little bit, but the natural talent's there, and it's he's going to be a special one too. So to have those two guys that are both young and talented in that room have really added to it. And Jaquez is kind of battling a minor injury right now, so he's missed a few practices, but he'll get back out there. But the room is really looks a lot different. Several new faces. Cam Camper is going to be special, and man, I tell you, Anderson Kobe is the one that really has continued to just show up, make plays. So it's a group that continues to elevate, and got the guys from last year that are competing as well and doing a great job. And there's quite a few guys. We got to, we're going to take a bunch of them. We're going to need all of them. And everybody's got to step up and do their part. And one thing I will say, Coach Emory's done a phenomenal job of getting those guys of the right mindset to be on special teams. And he brings that to us from the NFL, which you don't play on special teams as a receiver, you're probably not going to make it unless you're just that the guy, And so Nick Westbrook's a great testament to that. And I had a guy tell me he's going to play for a long, long time if he just stays healthy because he's smart, tough, dependable, plays on special teams, and he's just that kind of guy. So that's what Coach Henry's brought to us, and those guys have bought into that, and I think it's huge for our whole team.
Last year the offensive line was
link for the offense especially, but it's also one of your most veteran units coming back for a team that has had so much change, but probably the least change. Is that a good thing? What have you seen from that unit that is giving you more optimism for the offense this year?
Yeah, I've seen improvement for him for sure. To me, as you mentioned, those guys, especially the three between Kadick and Matt Bedford and Luke Haggard, those three guys play a lot of football for us, and I think they're physically stronger, a little more lean. Like how they look, like how they're moving, like their confidence. Khalil Benson's continued to improve. Tim Weaver's getting better. We've got Zach at center now that's got to continue to get better, and he has worked extremely hard, changed his body this offseason. I think it's kind of a chance to see that. But, yeah, they got to step up. I've said it many times, and I've been on them. Whole staff's been on them, and that's okay. That's part of it. They got to lead the way, and that's part of having a great offense is having a group up front that is able to be counted upon to protect and run the football, and because you got to be able to do both. So, yeah, they'll never cease to be the critical piece. We all know how important the quarterback is. I understand that as well, but it all starts up front. So, to me, it's a matter of just staying on them before the grading the film and seeing where we're at, what progress we need to continue to make, because it's a daily emphasis to make sure our O-line is playing great.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious, you've been at this for a couple of weeks now. Is there one or two guys on the team that maybe were completely off your radar coming into this that just kind of seem to keep flashing and keep popping that you now start to think maybe they're going to see the field more than you thought they would see?
Well, I don't know if I would say maybe off the radar completely, but I will say Bo Robbins has really been he's taken that next step, that you want him to, and has gained a lot of good weight, and is really playing the way I expected him to. And so that would be number one. I think another one is it's kind of just taking his game to another level is Lance Bryant. He's been here a long time, but he is playing his best football. He's showed up at every practice. He's just flashed and made plays. And obviously he's been here enough to understand his role, but it was more than that. And it's almost kind of like something kind of else has clicked on him that's allowed him to be able to play at a higher level. And I think that's huge. I mean, that's what you have to have, I think Dexter Williams is as improved as anybody on offense, and that's huge for us. I mean, we know, last year we needed everybody possible to step up in that room, and so to have three guys you feel like that really can do some good things for you is a very, very positive thing. So he jumps out to me, and just thinking through other guys. I mean, to me, I will say, I think that Bamba James is coming on, and we need him to. He's a big guy, big frame, big body type. We know what AJ can do. We need another guy, another bigger guy in that group to step up. And Aaron has a really good skill set with ball skills and catching the football, but we need another guy in there that's really going to be a thumper, and that's going to be big for us. So those guys be the ones that stick out to me.
Tom, do you have a deadline for when you want to name a starting quarterback?
Well, I would say, as a program, we would like to know, probably after the second scrimmage, in that window after that, in the next several days after. I'm not going to announce it until kickoff, so that's just basically, that's probably the right way to do it, right? So I call a defense, and if I know who the quarterback is, that's a little bit different than if I'm not sure. So it will not be announced till then, but the bottom line is that we will know, and he will know, and the team will know. And so because it's, game one is Big Ten football, right out of the gate, we all know that. And so we understand what's at stake.
Coach, I remember last year you saying the need to kind of bulk up on the defensive line. You did that with the 3 transfers, 2 guys from Ole Miss and then JH. Just what have you seen from them this spring, and how much of an impact do you expect them to make this season?
Yeah, I would say I expect all three of them to be a big part of what we're doing. As you mentioned, with PJ and LD, 2 big 320-pound guys that been very pleased with. And J.H. Tevis has been phenomenal. Just really one of our leaders, and don't expect that from a transfer. Such a professional. He's getting his MBA. He's taking quantitative analysis right now, which is probably the hardest class in a very hard major. And I know that because my son's in the same class right now, doing his MBA, and to do that and be in fall camp, you got to be a grown man and your responsibilities, and also have to be pretty sharp. So anyways, all that, he's just smart, tough, dependable. And those three guys, to me, need to step up and help us. And JH is a technician, not as big as those other two guys, but understands football, you know, and you can see why he was effective, you know, where he came from. And we need those guys to play with great technique. You know, it's about rotating those guys. You know, we're going to play a bunch of D linemen. We need to get bigger. We need to have more mass. I thought we were a little undersized last year, and we play in a big man's league. So those guys need to all do their part to help us be a great defense. Have a great day. Elio.